Hello Internet. I have a camera, I have toys. They're drift compatible, which means they can see into each other's minds, which lets them pilot gigantic robots better. Today I'm looking at the Series 4 Hong Kong Brawl Gipsy Danger from NECA's Pacific Rim line. This is a new version of the figure which features better articulation than the original, which I unfortunately don't have, so I can't really compare it directly. I will start off with this thing's strongest suit, which is the sculpting lines on it. All around the figure they're just sculpted in lines, which give this idea of metal panels just put right on top of a bunch of machinery detail with, just hints of it poking forth, like these pistons right here, stuff in here, in the joints obviously, through the armor, the vents on the back legs, pipes, like I said, hydraulic detail all over the place, which looks really, really nice. Similarly, the paint looks really nice. Everything's kind of mainly in this, either this metal gray color, which has its slightest metallic sheen to it, or this blue. But you've got stuff like the painted in numbers, and then even up here, there's just a bit of oil or dirt, just to give the idea that it's kind of used. There are bits of gold all over, which add detail to the machinery. Like the vents on the back painted in gold, so that all looks very, very nice. I'm just going to let the imagery speak for itself in that case. The reactor turbines also sculpted in, as is the eye socket or visor socket detail. So yeah, sculpting best part, paint pretty good. Not the best part, the articulation. It's not bad by any means, but it is, and I'm probably spoiled on figure arts and such. Robot Spirits, Super Robot Chogokin. So, head can go left a little bit, right a little bit. I can go up that much, which it's a decent amount, but it also exposes the post under there where the ball joint's attached to. Down I could do like that much, so not a ton. It's serviceable, and actually really what's hindering the head is and this is a fact of the design, the large plate behind it. So whether I can fault the figure because the actual robot's designed that way, I'm not really sure, but shoulders can go out like that much or in that much, so I don't know, it's like what, 15-20 degrees of movement, I guess. I don't have a protractor behind me. Can go up like that, and actually all the way around, though it does bump this bit. So, and then there's a little bit of movement in the shoulder armor, which I think is just to get out of the way. Not a ton though. You got a bicep rotation here. You have a separate bit of rotation in the arm, which that's actually not ball joint, so it lets it move this way a little too, separate of the hinged elbow. So elbow can do like that, so not a ton. Then I keep telling myself these are not kung fu robots, they are giant titans which plot across and punch things with the force of 1,000 suns. You have a ball jointed wrist, a little bit loose on this one at least. There's a pair of fists that hold a bit better. Could also just be mine. Got the upper chest area, you've got ball joint there, which lets you go like this, and then like side to side a bit, and a little bit of twist. Not a ton. Hips, it's technically a ball joint, I think, but all you can really do is go forward and back. There's a little bit of outward rotation. I think that's actually from the upper thigh joint, which I think is a ball joint. But that lets you twist side to side as well. Knees, it's just a single joint, but you can go like that, so fair bit. Then ankles, another ball joint. All you can do is twist and then the tiniest bit of rotation. Yeah, not a ton. And then you have a toe joint to, I don't know, break your foot or something. Oh. Nothing, like I said, the articulation isn't bad, it's just not super articulated. And if this is more articulated than the other one, I do kind of want to know how articulated the first version of this was. But, like I said, not too terrible. Accessories comes with, like I said, pair of fists. And then, as this is the Hong Kong Brawl version, probably the most scene-stealing part of the movie is when it grabbed this boat and proceeded to beat something to death with it. The boat is actually very, very well detailed, right down to the white on the life preservers here. You got the red striping. You got, little bits of stuff that have been exposed after it's been pulled out of the water and used as a club. You got the black and the white on top here, and actually there's even a little bit, I want to say orangish in here. I'm not sure how well it shows up on the camera, but just tiny brushing of it. You got the green on the floor of the deck. You got, dirt and grime and bits, and, it looks like it's been grabbed by something and squeezed. So yeah, the boat looks great, and there are tiny holes and along the side which are made to fit its fingertips into it. So the hand grips the boat very well. I'm not worried about the hand falling off. What does tend to happen is gravity takes hold and it overwhelms the wrist joint, so it kind of flops like that. If you kind of have it balanced like so, it's not too bad. Or you could use the other hand here, and, do like you're about to play kaiju baseball, or the you're about to get some pose where fell here, where it's like looking at you menacingly while brandishing its boat club. So yeah, the boat is awesome. And that is, if you were going to get a Gipsy Danger, I think this is the one to get, just because when thinking about that movie of memorable scenes, that dragging the boat along, I think the only other one that might rival the boat is when it's falling through, from the sky after having chopped the flying kaiju in half, which you can also do with this figure, because it also comes with chainsword attachment. It's got some nice grooving detail in there. There's nice silver paint on it as well. So it will just, and I like to swap off the fist for this, or swap in the fist for this. But there's a tiny little groove right under the wrist that this just pegs into, and it actually holds, it's just friction at work there, but I think it's this way. Yeah, it's this way. It just holds very securely. And actually, one thing I actually literally didn't notice this until just now. The patterns on either side are actually different. So this side's got these kind of, three by 1 rectangles or whatever, while this side looks, I for lack of a better term, I would call this a zipper. So I actually didn't notice that until just now, but that is great detailing on the sword. My version of the sword is a little bent. It was like that from the package. It's just a soft, plastic. It's not terrible. I've seen worse, easily. And if you were not looking at the blade straight on, you're not really going to notice it. Like this, you're not going to notice it. So, yeah, the only negatives I can really levy against it are articulation's not great. Not terrible, but not the best. And it's a very solid plastic, which makes it feel tough. On the other hand, it also makes the top of it very heavy. So, and I when I was doing this about 3 or 4 times starting out, it would just fall backwards on the table. So, there are peg holes on the bottom of the feet, so if you get like a giant 7-inch GI Joe scale GI Joe like stand, well, not actually GI Joe, but you know what I mean, kind of stands that come with GI Joes, that'll help that, at least in theory. The other one, this is like with the boat, I'm not going to complain, but I kind of wish it also had the plasma cannon. But yeah, good figure. Stands about, I'm going to say 7.5 inches tall there. So nice size. It is out of scale with Super Robot Chogokin's Robot Spirits. I really, really wish it was in scale with NECA's Godzilla line, because I really want to see Gipsy Danger fight Godzilla, like any version. So, actually, I guess it would be in scale. Well, no, that's Bandai, I guess. The vinyl ones, it'd be kind of in scale with that, but I have just right next to me NECA's 1985 Godzilla, and, you know, King of the Monsters, kind of wish he came up a bit higher than face level. So, but yeah, still, it's a good figure. It fits perfectly with the actual Pacific Rim kaiju they've made. So, and it's only $20 or so. So if you are into Pacific Rim, it is definitely worth a look to you. So that'll be all for now. And until next time, cancel the apocalypse.